He's cute. It's supposed to be a necklace, I think. I don't know. But anyway, happy December. I want to share with you in the next 7 minutes a bulletproof outline for your webinar or next online event. Have we talked about this maybe once or twice before? We have, but here's why I'm bringing it up today. Just finished up a tech check and run through with someone we worked at. They had an awesome stage and they're going to have Christmas trees on it tomorrow. It's going to be so cool. And getting ready to do actually 2 more webinars with folks next week. So it's the season, right? I think everybody's getting some time in with their people, their prospects, their clients. And so if you're doing that too, I want to give you in these next few minutes a completely bulletproof outline that you can use. We use it all the time. It works every time. All right. So, and I've also got, I'm reading out of part of my book here, not reading, but just like referring to it. But I have a freebie for the tech part of the webinar, and it's a free PDF. You can get it. Just text the word tech, TECH, to me at 1-530-203-5703, and you'll get a free PDF that's going to go over some of the stuff we talk about now, but actually way more. Okay, first point is get a friend, get 2 people to do that webinar. So if it's you, if you're going to be on camera, get another person and have a friend there so you can be talking with them, because a conversation with somebody is so much easier to do than the looking right into the camera like I'm doing now, which is kind of weird sometimes, but it's okay too. But get a friend, get someone you can do the webinar with. They can be in the same room with you or on the same deck with you. There's snow really near here, but here it's super warm out. But they can be in the same room or place with you, or they can be somewhere else. And whether you're using Restream or Zoom or whatever you're using, StreamYard, you can be in 2 different places, but still having that conversation. It feels super natural. All right. Not supernatural, but supernatural. Okay, second thing. Think about starting off your webinar or online event a little bit before go time. So if you're starting at the top of the hour, for example, go ahead and start it up maybe 10 till the hour. You've got your friend there, your buddy, your coworker, and you can talk with them. And also say to the people who are tuning in, hey, where are you from? Put your name and info in the chat. Let me know how it's going. What questions do you have? We're going to use the chat for those questions. And if you're having more of a meeting where you can see everybody, all the better. You can chat with them, ask them how they're doing, how their day is going, and stuff like that, just to kind of warm up, right? They'll warm up before the show. So you've got that engagement. All right. Third thing, pick 2 or 3 stories that you're going to tell. Stories that are going to convey the information that you want to share with your audience. So if you're sharing a product or a service or something like that, think about the top 2 or 3 things that you want to convey. They could be the top 2 or 3 use cases, the top 2 or 3 things that are misunderstood, the top 2 or 3 mistakes that people run across, and think of a story for each one. Now, you don't have to say the name of your customer or client if you're going to tell a story about a customer or client installation, but think of that name in your head so that as you're telling the story, it feels really easy. It's super easy to tell a story. So after you do that, then you can throw back to your partner that you're doing it with. You might even set it up to where one of you tees up the story. Hey, I heard you were talking with this customer last week and they were having this really huge problem and you had such a cool way to solve it. Throw to the other person, they tell that story. Yeah, so what happened was this was the problem, this is the challenge, this is how it got solved, and the end result, fast forward to today, is amazing. So cool. Throw back to person 1 who's gonna key point, tell the key point about it. Do that 2 or 3 times, you got yourself an event, a webinar, right? So 2 or 3 stories. Think them up. All right, then go ahead and open up your Q&A time. So questions and answers. You can always prepare, 1 or 2 questions that you kind of get all the time. You know what they are. You get those questions all the time, repeatedly, and you can have those as a sort of backup. But this still allows you to chat with the people, whether they're there in a meeting format, or if they're chatting in, and you can just answer all the questions that really fit your topic. For any that like take you out into the weeds, or they're just like not helpful for the group, it's just more that one person, or it's a crazy question you don't want to answer, no worries. You're just going to say, hey, for all the questions we didn't get to, I'm going to circle back with you offline and take care of everything. So all of you will get your questions answered. All right. All right. Next up, what would you like them to do next? So if you've had a nice, sweet webinar where you've had an open, told 3 stories, they're each 5 minutes long, and now you're into the QA, maybe you're 20 minutes into it or so, 20 minutes into your webinar or online event, you've given some great info. 20 minutes is all that's needed. You don't have to do that obligatory hour that everybody feels like is required. It's just not. You can really tell your story in just a few minutes, get to people's questions, and then think about what would you like them to do next, and make it really easy. Hey, so if this sounds good to you, you want to know more, let's jump on a quick call for 10 minutes, download a demo, set up a trial, get together for a meeting, join our group, whatever the thing is. Like, make it really obvious, not a pressure thing, but just, hey, here's a good next step. If this sounds like it's really good, if it resonates, if you want to do it, if you like what you see and want to take a next step, here's what that next step is, right? So give people an obvious next step. And yeah, just close and recap your 3 points and restate call to action, and you've got yourself a webinar and online event, which is so great for building that know, like, and trust, so that people want to work with you and do business with you. And that is my bulletproof outline for you. Hope you love it. Have a beautiful day. Text in tech, TECH, to me to get that free PDF at 1-530-203-5703. And I've got that sweet freebie for you. And I hope you're having a beautiful day. I think I'll put on my necklace and call it a wrap. Bye.